Got it. We are live. We are live. We are live.
We out
Monday
there.
Night Raw.
We out there.
Nitro.
Let's go.
Gang, gang, gang.
You're
Raw
Monday
versus
Night Raw.
Nitro. What it is. What it is.
What it do?
what it look like.
What it look like. What it will be.
Is
You
what it
dig?
is.
What is
After-
gonna be.
Yeah.
After us, you can watch La Femme Nikita. You know what
Come
I'm
on,
saying?
bro.
Yeah.
You remember them days?
Yeah, man. I sure do,
Daddy.
Oh, nah.
Sure do,
Daddy.
man.
Classic.
I
Classic.
forgot about that show, G. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to come on after Raw, right?
Sure did,
Yeah.
man. That's the only reason I fucking know.
Yo, Mace, that's a relic of a response, me.
Facts. There's levels
Oh,
to that
wow.
Young old school mates.
Oh,
You're not gonna let me
It's all
talk
these
about young
levels.
rap no more after that one, man.
too. There's
Guys,
levels.
clips.
Legendary shit.
Layers like an onion.
This clip
Nah.
now, you can't, you know what I mean? No more young rap segments, you know what I
Nah,
mean?
man.
They're gonna need top 5 late night sitcoms.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
At night type shit.
Shit.
Yeah,
What you know about them public access days?
Shit.
I mean,
Oh man, I know about B-Cat. That's about it, man.
oh man, let me get into my
You know what I
YouTube.
mean?
What up, fellas? What up, fellas? What's going on?
I
What's
see
up,
the chat. I see the chat
Alright,
falling
Chat
in.
lit right now.
Listen,
Hold up.
listen.
Family.
We're gonna talk in a second. Y'all, I see somebody saying we gotta choose episodes. This y'all know this is
Well-
not how we would prefer it to be. It's not our fault,
Absolutely not.
okay?
Well,
Nope.
You know what I mean? But we're
tis
gonna
what it is.
we're gonna
Hit the
address
like
that
button.
in a bit because you know I made a comment on the other platforms page, and some of their supporters called me a hater. But I think we've gotten ourselves in a position where we're used to when it comes to them, we're always going to be viewed as the bad guys in a situation because you know I've been too loud, we've been too loud about
We
certain
loud.
things.
We New York niggas, man. We loud.
You're right,
Fuck it.
Keep it in
Right.
the bean.
but I feel like you know I'm not gonna get too deep pause into it, but.
Hey,
You catch?
There was a reason why I made the comment that I made. You dig? And I'm gonna ask the chat. You know, back in that day when we was kids and we went to school, and there was an English class, there was a thing called making inferences. We had to learn that in like language arts back in the day. I'm gonna ask the chat to make some inferences as we move along. Can we do that? Can that work? Can that work, team?
I like where this is going.
You like where this is
Yeah.
going. So in
Yeah.
the meantime, in between
Yeah.
time, y'all do what y'all do. I'm gonna get the links out to the socials and we gonna cook.
It's
Yes,
yours.
yes.
So you know how we do, fellas. What we've been listening to this weekend, man.
Listen, for me, it's been. I'm gonna lead it off because I've been in my heavy Griselda bag this weekend, man.
Mm.
Like heavy Griselda, and you know, like yeah, I'm a Griselda head. It's not necessarily like something new or outlandish for me, but
Okay.
the way that I went into the Griselda catalog this weekend was different. Like I don't know what it was that made me do it, but I was like, yo, I realized I make playlists all the time, and I'm like, yo, I don't have a Griselda playlist. Like I have a Rome playlist, I have a Rock Marcy playlist. I never came around to making a Griselda playlist like as a collective. So I went into the catalog and I'm like, I'm adding this song, I'm adding that song. The next thing I know, I'm 200 songs deep.
God damn.
200 songs deep, bro. Like
200?
we need to really talk about just how legendary this run and this movement has been, bro. Like it's not, you know what I mean? I know it's not out there in the mainstream like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like when we talk about runs, we talk about the Wu-Tang run and the Impact, the Nas run, the Jay-Z run, the Rough Riders run, you know what I mean? All these runs, it's not a mainstream run, but in terms of like the actual output, the quality of the music, the bars, the production, the beats, the aesthetic, all of that, the whole package. Pause. We gotta talk about Griselda just as a collective and as putting a foot in the game, bro. Like 200 songs deep, and I didn't want to skip none of them.
They're like
crazy.
they're
I'm
like
not gonna
today's
lie.
rule, bro. They're like don't go too crazy, but in certain terms, they're like
Right.
today's rule as far as the way a crew like
Listen,
like
High
implemented a
praise.
sound, implemented like how they took the movie clips and added those in the same way RZA took the, you know what I'm saying, the old kung fu flicks and added it in. So it's all a
Right.
recipe that they've really just like put together really nice, and they've made some great music. I know some people front on it. There's that little segment of people that front on it, you know what I'm saying? But if you're a boom bap head, it's right up your alley. If you actually can listen to music outside of just, you know, the club, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it, but if you can, like, get into some Griselda, man, and to jump into that point, and that's what I was listening to this weekend, bro. That fucking Conway and 38 Special, man.
yeah.
Sticking with me, man. It's
Hey.
a really good body of work. I'm not pausing.
Hey, you know what's interesting? You make the Griselda Wu-Tang comparison, even down from like a place none of us be at, right? Staten Island, I ain't go there till I was like 17. And I'm from the boroughs, you know what I mean? In Buffalo, I still ain't been there. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, so even down to like coming from a place and like you literally defining that place, right? That's an interesting comparison, Dean.
Crazy.
And Sin, from when the sounds of it, it sounds like two things to me, Sin. It sounds like we need another month of classic threads, maybe Griselda theme. I don't know. We might
It's time
need
for a
that,
Griselda thread, hands down.
Facts.
because you know how Sin do it. Sin go viral every other day on Twitter, man.
Viral movie.
So
And
it's
Sin,
crazy
we need
because-
that playlist too, bro. Like, come on
We
now.
do.
Be selfish.
Gotcha. I'm gonna send that to you ASAP. But it's crazy because like when I was making the playlist, I was like, yo, I might be due for another Twitter run for the month. But I was like, the next move I was gonna make, I was thinking Kanye. Because you know, Kanye got the production and the raps.
Nah, the
sir.
streets want Griselda. Fuck yeah. The streets want Griselda.
Bet. Say
It's
less.
about to be a Griselda
Griselda
fall
fall.
anyway.
Say less.
You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
Say less.
We got the
Consistent.
38. No, Dini, you ain't live. I've been playing that special in Conway all weekend. A lot of albums don't stay, not stick. A lot of albums don't stay with me these days like that. But that special machinery
Yes.
is one
Powerful.
of them ones.
Yeah.
David Sanchez, I've already acknowledged Nas as him a long time ago. I can acknowledge Nas as him and say Hove is my GOAT. I can have both. I can have my cake and eat it too. And I'm not Eric Bischoff.
Combination.
Eric Bischoff lost. Whoever said I was Eric Bischoff, Eric Bischoff lost.
Right.
I don't plan on losing. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit. Sin, what's the word, bro? You know what I mean? You're talking about this Griselda playlist. The streets are saying there might be a gangster grills of some sort on the way involving Griselda.
Hold up.
I think I
What?
felt like I don't
Rama?
maybe I misread a West Side Gun tweet. I don't know. I know you be on the tweets too. I don't know if you
man.
scrolled across his page. There might be something involving a stove god or something like that.
Might have
You
to
know what I mean?
double check. I haven't heard about no.
You got Sin checking the
Right.
statistics, man.
Check West Side page. I don't know
said,
if
"I
he
gotta
announced
see
it, but it
about this
sure sounded
triple
like he
double."
was insinuating. Marcos, what's the good word, family?
How
Marcos,
recently
what
was
up?
that?
My
Check,
dog.
I think yesterday probably. We're early because we have no choice to be early because people are yet again infringing upon our time frame, and that's where I'd like to start this stream. You know what I mean? According to hip hop, shout out to them. Strong podcast in the space, strong blog on Facebook, over 1 million subscribers on Facebook, right?
Man, followers.
Yeah.
It's
15K plus subscribers.
Because the subscribers on YouTube, that's a different story.
I'm conflating the two.
Right.
All
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
Be clear.
15K subscribers on YouTube. Strong content. A lot of y'all watch both of our shows. Y'all support it. Y'all put on for both brands. I love when I see us get tagged on the socials that things happen in hip hop, and the people who watch the shows think of the Rap Roundtable and According to Hip Hop to say, yo, these guys are the guys that's putting on for the space. Let's tag them in these posts to make them aware of what's going on. And we always make sure to shout out everybody who tags us because we're not concerned about entities and all these other things that other niggas say. We don't operate
protecting our
Right.
auras
right,
and whatnot.
right.
Shout
So
outs.
here's the thing, and I'm not gonna get too overt with it because they already called me a hater for commenting on their posts. So I want to expand on that because I'm not a hater. Like, if anything, anybody who knows me knows Sin has to protect me from myself more often than not because I'm very competitive. You know what I mean? Like, I want to win. I want to win at everything. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta chill out. But I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I'm gonna use this in drug terminologies, right? Everybody knows a drug dealer. We're from New York, we're from the hood, we're from wherever. We've known somebody who's done some things, right? So since the raps now, we're making inferences. If there's a person moving a certain product in a certain neighborhood, right? And then you come with some product, you avoid that neighborhood altogether. Am I right?
Correct.
But somehow the person who's in the adjacent neighborhood finds his way to your neighborhood. And you knew he was already doing that, but you stayed out of his way. Wouldn't that raise your eyebrow?
It's my block, bro. Like,
okay. It's your block, right?
It's my corner. Like,
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Deanie, I come to you.
Maybe we could have had a meeting or something.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
We could have had an understanding.
Work things out.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Deanie. So that happens, right? You're still up and coming in that space. And you do the knowledge, you pay homage to the fact that this person's been doing it longer than you and they're at a higher level than you. On a personal level, you pay homage and you move off that block, right? Find a whole completely different block that kind of inconveniences you, right? But then all of a sudden, they end up on that block too. Doesn't that look a little suspicious?
Looks like you're trying to fuck with my entire operation a little bit. That's what it looks like.
I just want to know.
Copy.
And then we move on, Mace, to another block, 3 blocks. And all of a sudden,
and we're basically saying we don't want no problems, bro.
There you go. There you go.
We don't want no problem. We try to make it so that we can both.
All right. And we've made it clear to them. The first 2 times we moved, we even traded some work and said, you know what? Y'all dudes do the most. Y'all dudes are controlling the space. We're trying to get, you know what I mean? But at a certain point, you start taking it personally because it's like every block I move on, I stay out of your whole neighborhood. I'm out of your city. How are you here? So, Mace, if they end up on a block in a whole other city, we was in, let's say hypothetically, we was in Philadelphia and we moved to Pittsburgh.
Right.
Somehow or the other, they end up in Pittsburgh too. Does that not look funny?
Well, John, my fault. You wanted to finish? No, I was going to say, John. You mentioned sin is almost, you know, the conscious, the angel on your shoulder. Sometimes I feel like the devil on your other shoulder. So this scenario is starting to get me very upset, John. Continue.
So hold on, Mace. So now all of a sudden, you decide that, you know, we're gonna fight back, but we do so in a way that doesn't allow the police to get involved. Because again, we're removing a certain product, right?
Right.
But then their people make it seem as though they've been in the right the whole time. Although we paid homage, we got out the way, we never infringed on their way. We always make sure that they have a runway to move their product. Yet somehow or the other, they always find themselves in or around our block. Doesn't that not look funny, chat? I'm just asking a question because I got called a hater for pointing out certain things just look funny to me. And it's time to let it be known. And again, chat, in case y'all ask, yes, Carmen J does sound like a bully move. Hell, there's a whole other company in town, right? They're kind of fresh. And they have their own block set up and they move weight late at night. Yet somehow or the other, the main players in town have extended their reach to impede upon those fresh guys too. There's a problem here. And then, you know, shout out to Marcos. So in the end, before the chat asks a question, did Jarv reach out to said people and say, yo, what's up? Et cetera, privately? Yes, Jarv did. Because I don't play internet games. I go direct to the source. Because again, Sincere always has to save me from myself. If anything, I get us in trouble too much. I went direct to the source to the plug themselves to say, yo, I see y'all. Y'all keep playing on our blocks. The person said, oh, I had no idea. I was playing on your block. I'm sorry. Let's collaborate some more again. Then about 3-4 weeks later, y'all back on my block again. So I asked the chat, I asked the rap roundtable, have we ever in any time or the other impeded on the next product's block? Yes or no? Do we not?
Ever.
And we share the audience, right?
Yes, we do.
Do we not?
It's a fact.
We
But
make
there's
sure
a
that
nice Mason-Dixon line between the blocks. You dig what I'm saying?
we have always paid homage as far as getting out the way. Do we talk our shit because they do funny style shit? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Was there times where they went on their platform and lied about what was said on the rap roundtable? Yes, they have.
They did.
Have we ever played them games? No, we haven't.
We haven't.
So when y'all say that Job is a hater and paranoid, nah, I've been outside a very long time. I'm a sidewalk nigga, but I know how shit works. I read the matrix code, and motherfuckers been, and you're right, Damian Frederick. Both teams can certainly eat. We want them to eat because they control an aspect of the space that we don't bring. Because if you watch both shows, you know that the Rap Roundtable and According to Hip Hop are two different shows entirely. You know what I'm saying? And then one of the plugs themselves responds and says, "Oh, you think you mad now? You're going to be even more mad in a second." When have I ever been mad at these guys? When has Dini or Mace or Sid ever been mad at these guys? What are we talking about? We're having two different conversations.
Look, man, we essentially do like 4 different packages of the show. We have like 4 different, like we do the full episode, right? From the studio, right? We have so we have the studio episode, the official episode, if you will. You know what I mean? We have the lives, which we're doing right now. You know what I mean? We have the lunch hour, and we have the shorts that we put up every now and then.
There
right?
you go.
And somehow, in some way, we've always found a way to work within the time slots that are available so that we don't step on each other's toes. You know what I mean? And we've gone out of our way. Job and I will meet on the side or on our own separate chat or text or whatever, you know what I mean? And figure it out. Like what's the time slots that are viable to us? You know what I mean? We're not gonna try to impede on somebody else's time slot. We're not trying to set it on motherfuckers like that. Like,
we actively work to stay out of their way. Yet, since about 2021, they have consistently found their ways to be in our way. And it's crazy. But then we get the heat. We're the haters. We're the troublemakers. But if you think about it, before y'all, a lot of y'all pulled up, we used to drop shows on Wednesdays, right? Then we did a certain video that got their attention, and all of a sudden they changed their schedule. Before we made the lunch hour official, and we was getting Fridays lit, on Friday afternoon around lunchtime, all of a sudden they start dropping Friday afternoon at lunchtime. It didn't last long because it wasn't working for them. Then we moved over to Mondays at lunchtime, and we was giving y'all a little bit of a clip before the new episode would drop. All of a sudden they move over to lunchtime on Mondays. Now we doing Monday nights, and we've been doing Monday nights for like the last 6 months. All of a sudden now here we are dropping on Monday nights. Not to mention all the other things I can list off. I can continue. But the fact of the matter is this. Y'all gonna allow the public, y'all fans to say the Rap Roundtable is this, and that. But the facts are we've stayed out of y'all way. Y'all consistently try to get us out the way. And there's no need for that. Everybody can eat, bro. Everybody can eat. The people want to support everybody. They tired of the bullshit on the radio. They want these pods. That's it. 1 million people on y'all already control Facebook. Y'all building y'all YouTube. Y'all don't need to worry about what the Rap Roundtable is doing. We gonna do us. We not y'all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And if they are worried,
if you let them tell it they not, Job is mad. That's the narrative. I'm tight and paranoid. I'm just annoyed.
why would they be? Is the question.
I remember when Son came on the pod and was like, "Oh, y'all getting super chats because I'm here," type shit. And I'm like, "Yo, niggas been giving us super chats the whole time. How you taking credit for our super chats? Like, what we doing here, bro?" Anyway, That's not why y'all here.
Yeah,
But
there-
I know
there's,
some,
there- there's
Well
two,
put,
there's two,
Job.
there's
I
two
feel like that's
things
something
that
like
gets
that.
us super chats. There's two things that give us super chats, and that's it. Nas love and Jay-Z slander. That is that's it. Anything outside of that, y'all reaching.
and that's it.
And if that's the case, like at the end of the day, niggas respect it, bro. If that's the case, because you know, business is business. You see somebody cooking on a certain day, you're gonna just jump in and try to cook that day. We dig it, but just stop fronting with the whole like they're the bad guys type shit. We are not the
Yeah.
bad guys,
We're
bro.
not,
Like,
bro. We haven't been
also-
the bad guys the entire time.
really
Trust
haven't
me.
been.
Yo, we
And
were
we
bad
see
when
y'all-
we said certain things about Nas, and y'all got mad at us, and y'all gave us the buff out, and then we came to an understanding.
And we see y'all in the chat. Shouts to Ease, shouts to Fresh Out. You know what I mean? Shouts to According to Hip Hop. You know what I mean? We all know the space in the audience that we all share. So why or is there only one person pretending like they don't know what's going on? Is what we trying to say. You
And
know what I
think
mean?
about it,
We
the
all
Rap
know when
Roundtable
everybody
linked up
drops.
with
We all know everybody
Fresh Out
shit.
coming on next week. I was on their
Right.
show. E's been on our show a couple of times.
Salute to Fresh
We
Out,
know
salute
who
to
y'all
Ease.
want. Yeah, everybody y'all tell us to link up with. If y'all really read between the lines, anytime I say, yo, y'all should link with these guys, we go
We
out our
holla at
way to
them.
go and link with these guys.
We holla at them.
Building, bro.
We listen to y'all.
Collab.
Community. You know what I mean?
All that's all I'm saying. So
So y'all see the vibe.
Salute to Jermaine Jackson with the super chat. We need Minister Farrakhan to bring you all together.
JLJ.
we
Shout out to
listen. We came in trying to work with these guys as on some little
VIPs,
bro
bro.
vibe because they was lapping us. You dig?
Salute to them.
I told Mike D personally, I said, yo, I see what you doing, bro. Y'all niggas been controlling the space for a minute. I'm glad to be working with y'all. It is a look for us to be on your platform. That's what I said to the man, bro. So why would I be a hater if I'm telling this man that personally, bro?
And people don't even do that nowadays. You know how hard it is to get a legitimate, honest compliment out of a nigga nowadays? People don't even do that like that no more, bro. Niggas
I
hold all
don't
the love.
see what it is.
Come on now.
Salute.
Well, I mean, when they said something that he did not say just because they wanted to play the Jay-Z angle to get us up out of there.
Yo,
You know what I'm
real-
saying?
We don't,
real
said we
quick.
don't listen to the
Y'all
ladies.
remember?
Said we
It-
don't talk to the ladies. We don't interview the ladies.
Remember
It's
that?
been some- it's been
Y'all
some
remember that
fuck
one
shit,
too,
bro.
like a month ago. The Rap Roundtable don't talk about women in hip hop. When we've interviewed women, we talk about women. Like, I don't understand.
Had
We
co-hosts,
love women.
women co-hosts on the show several times.
Shout
Wow.
out Adri,
Times.
shout out Jeray,
Female
China
artists,
Streets,
China Streets,
Two Eyes.
And with that
Barclay
blatant
May,
lie that was
Shimmy.
exposed, let us know if we lying anyway. Y'all heard Job, y'all heard Sin. If we lying, let us know. That's
Bro,
all I'm
that's
saying.
all.
Word.
But let's come off for that. They ain't come in for that shit.
Sin.
Nah, chill. I gotta address where's it was written at.
Okay.
It was written
Alright.
better. First of all, that screen name, I don't know. What does that mean? Better than Illmatic? Let me know.
I mean, we like
gonna
that
have-
name. Me and D,
we
we
gotta
love that
salute to
name.
that man.
You and I might have problems personally. You know what I mean? But when did we slander Jay-Z? Bro,
Kinda
just
did.
go no
Just
wait.
scroll down.
Back, bro.
Go
Watch
to
the
our
videos,
channel.
dog.
There's a whole big ass thumbnail.
Like,
It says
Jay-Z slander.
It's
Yeah.
it's plastered across the whole thumbnail.
It's not ironic. Maybe
How
that's
did you-
what you thought. Nah,
how did
it's
you
it's
miss
not
that?
clickbait.
You know what I mean? But
Top
Nas
rope.
dropped a little video on Friday.
Ooh.
Another one of those. Let me clear off my IG. Let me drop a little trailer. Yet again, Esco playing the game.
Yes.
We got a little trailer like that. Godfather, we want to stick together, bro. We really do. We just don't want our names played with. That's all. But the last time we saw that, we got
J-Mar.
Magic too.
Shouts to J-Mar.
salute to
Real
J
one.
Mar.
Salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
That's the homie.
We
The man
respect you
drops
too,
another
J-Mar.
trailer. I fully expected an announcement today for a Nas album or something, but we didn't get one yet.
It's only Monday. Last time it was Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I think last time it was Tuesday. Either that time or the time before.
So say
So-
the rap snob, talk to
Yes,
me
sir.
though. You see this clip, especially after we said we want an announcement. Well, we got
Listen.
one.
Well, I mean, let's give the flowers to the exact person that made the statement. Jarv, right after this, I hit Jav up and I was like, yo, you want to hit me with some lotto numbers real quick? Because like the way you calling these things, like, it's crazy. So I mean, I started the ball off with saying I would not be mad at a redirection, like a moving on from this Hitboy era, you know what I mean? And then Jav doubled down by saying, you know what? I want an actual announcement saying, yo, this Hitboy era is over and done with. We did what we set out to do. That's it. We're moving on. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, the very next day, there was that video on Instagram. You know what I mean? It's a little cryptic. It could be taken as a finale to the Hitboy era. Excuse me. Some people have taken it as a possible retirement announcement, which I don't buy. No way, shape, or form do I buy that Nas is retiring during the most prolific run of his entire career. I don't buy that one bit, but some people have taken it that way, right? So, you know, the only other way I could take it is this is the end of the Hitboy era. They have 3 KDs and 2 Magics, so maybe this is completing the Magic trilogy as a package. So you're gonna have 2 trilogies, you know what I mean? And then, you know, we'll see where he goes on from there. He's gonna move on. Maybe we'll get that Primo project. Maybe we'll get that Alchemist project. Maybe we'll get a combination of the two. But yeah, I mean, once again, the Rap Roundtable called it. We made either look, and I'm gonna take it a step further. Either we called it or we made it happen. One of the two. You know what I mean? Either we have the crystal ball or people are watching and they're like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Boom. Video on Instagram.
Yeah. Diddy the Balance, talk to me, bro.
I don't know about all this, man. Maybe it is finale of the career. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen an artist at this age, at this stature. You get what I'm saying? Still making music, rap music to this kind of level. So I don't know. We don't know what that's taken out of him. Yes, he said he was reinvigorated by Hitboy and all that, but you know, like, do you really want to be bouncing back and forth from stages and stages? You know what I'm saying? In your latter years, we just don't know. You know what I'm saying? We've never experienced this. Hov is probably the closest second, and even he don't be on the stage like that. You get what I'm saying? But if this is the closing of the chapter of Hitboy, I'm not mad at it, bro. Like, this is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't get 2 classics, much less have classic primes. You know what I'm saying? So if this is the end of the Hitboy run, go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Give me KD 2 part 2 type shit. You know what I'm saying? Give me KD 3 part 2. Like, make it fire. If this is the closeout of that era, and salute to what Sin said, you know what I'm saying? Do I want him just jumping into a Primo bag? Probably not. You know, salute to what Jav said. I probably will go with the Alk bag. I think the Alk bag makes sense. But I'm here for it, man. I do not want Nas to stop rapping. I think it would be a travesty to stop rapping while you're this nice, you know what I'm saying?
And while you're this much better than 98%
so many other people
of the game,
yeah, it'll be I don't want to put Nas on my list, man. Don't go on the 3 Stacks list. Don't go on the Kendrick list. Don't go on. I'm nice as hell, but I ain't gonna rap forever.
Save us from Diddy and his abandonment issues yet again.
Let's go, Nas, September 14th.
I'm interested by this. You know what I mean? At this point, just like Sin mentioned, the Rap Roundtable, Jav in particular, we should just start checking them off like my man in Shotters whenever he caught a body. Just every time, it's you know what I mean? Mad Max, just check them off. You know what I mean? Because another one. You know what I'm saying? We did it again. How do we do this? Jav, how you do it, bro?
I don't know. I just read the tea leaves. You know what I mean? That's all.
Listen, man. Listen.
That's why I can say. That's why I can say everything I always say on this pod is because I pay attention to everything.
You know, I usually put mint leaves in my drinks. That's why all my predictions are wrong, y'all. You know what I mean?
Change the leaves are different.
You know what I mean? I got the wrong leaves.
You got the wrong leaves.
It's got weed leaves.
Yeah, that's you, Dean. But
on the team, dog.
But the finale, you know, like, I'm intrigued by that because I don't know if I want to believe that Nas is like, what is Nas saying? All right, Hitboy, I'm done working with you forever. Like, That sounds kind of crazy, right?
They do.
Like, you know, like so. And obviously, I don't think any of us think that he's retiring, right? Like rappers, musicians, who retires, honestly, bro? Like, let's be honest. You know, so I don't know with finale. I'm not so quick to say, yeah, he's done with Hitboy. You know what I mean? Like, that just sounds crazy to me. You know, like, why? Like, what if this shit rings off better than every other album? He gonna stop, you know, fucking with Hitboy? He not gonna spin back?
I'm telling you,
know,
that desire to go out on top is very real, man.
Yeah.
I don't
think
know
so.
if he's retiring though. Like, I don't think.
No. I don't mean retirement. I mean in terms of the Hitboy era.
Oh, okay.
Stop the Hitboy era on top. You know what I mean?
I see that. But who would he spin to after that? Is my thing. Like when it's time to record again.
Well,
you know, I guess.
But that's the question.
Yeah.
After 6, let's say no, it does drop after 6
Right.
and 3 years. He really don't have to listen to Dini and then drop right away. He could take some time off.
Honestly, he could take
6 and 3
mad years off,
lot, bro.
Don't spoil us and then cheat
bro.
us, bro.
Dini
6
gotta be
albums
like
is a
this
career.
at the next episode, bro.
The man hasn't. I mean, granted, like I said, KD3
This
wasn't
niggas
my
in
favorite,
top
but he
10
really
list
hasn't
that
missed
didn't
with this, bro.
release. It's niggas in top 10 lists that didn't release 6 good albums, period. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
He about to release 6 since 19?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it
incredible.
And real quick, just for the chat. Listen, chat. Check this out, chat. Don't respond to that guy. Because notice when he pulls up. Had I not said anything today, we wouldn't see that guy in the chat right now trying to stir things up.
That guy.
In one of his many burner accounts.
I had it locked and loaded for that guy, but you know what I mean? Fuck it.
Don't get that man no block. Let him talk to himself. Because we all know what it is. Straight like that. But I appreciate the fact that he put out that video because what they've done as a unit is impeccable. You can't just vanish into the sunset with that. You gotta give the people something to look towards as a finale and to call it the finale. Like Nas is always super self-aware. You know what I mean? He's always looking around. There's always a certain cinematic view of life when it comes to Nas. He's heavy on the cinema, heavy on the karma. You dig what I'm saying? So he kind of understands that if I just flat out don't drop one more and we let the leaks come out, and the leaks were coming out saying that him and Hit weren't going to work together going forward, it's only right that we put out this video, give people something to look towards, build up some anticipation. It's still Hip Hop 50. He's turning 50 this week. Why not, bro? Why not? Give us another one. And did 2 albums in like months apart. Unheard of. Outside of the double album, he's never done anything like this. So why not leave on a high? And again, let's be clear. The Nas fans, the true staunch Nas fans, we talked about the tribes when Magic 2 dropped. The real hardcore Nas fans who don't care what it sounds like, they're going to ride for the artists. They love Magic 2. But there was a conversation to be had about production and who should be producing it and what the album was or wasn't. Nas is also one of the most competitive niggas ever. You don't think he heard that? Or word, y'all not jacking that? Another one. Let's give him 6. What you gonna say then? That's where I'm at with it. Then after that, it better be Alchemist. Maybe next year or the year after next. But I need that Alchemist album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No pushback. I was hoping somebody
again. I'm gonna go back.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my take. It should be like Common's B album, 9 Alchemist joints, and 2 Primo joints. Right, the way that Common did mostly Kanye, and then 2 Dilla joints on the album. Perfect balance. I think that's what it should be.
I'm not mad at that.
And then, you know, if it happens, hey, we called another one.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Who has the BET Hip Hop Awards nominations prepared? Like, y'all got it handy, y'all can pull it up ASAP.
Oh, right now?
Right now. We getting into it.
I got you.
Because Nas is not anywhere to be found there, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to talk about it.
He is
not. Let's see.
Not on it. Any nomination?
Lyricist of the year.
Alright.
Starting, I mean, I guess it's in alphabetical order, so I get it.
Mhm.
21
Okay.
Savage, because numbers come before letters, I guess. 21 Savage, Andre 3000, I guess for that one Killer Mike verse. Burna Boy, okay.
Out of line.
Cardi B, okay.
Out of line again.
Conway, that's what's up.
Fair.
Drake,
Had to run.
J. Cole,
We up.
Had to run.
to round it out. Where's Nas?
Why is Cardi B there? She don't
Why
even
is-
write her bars.
Why is Nas not there? That's crazy.
I guess they really like that Tomorrow 2 verse.
Hip hop album of the year. Glorilla,
Uh-huh.
Coil Ray,
Huh?
Khaled, Drake and 21 Savage, her loss. The Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains.
Mhm.
Jack Harlow, come on.
So that's
Lil
Come on.
Uzi,
Quando.
and then Megan Thee Stallion.
Wait, what album Megan got?
Traumazine.
Traumazine.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go
Remember
back to
that?
lyricists first.
Yeah,
What did Three Stacks drop to be in that conversation?
That
Tell
joint
you
with
that.
Killer Mike.
that Killer
That-
Mike verse. That's
One
it.
verse?
That's literally
That
it.
one verse.
Un versito, bro.
What?
Dini, can you quote
But
any of them
look,
lyrics there?
I
But
damn
here-
sure can.
Here's
I
my
damn
take
sure
on that.
can.
In BET's attempt to try to be plugged into the culture, they show how disconnected from it they really are, because that Andre 3000 verse pretty much came and went. There's all sorts of lyricists that they could have gone with instead of 3000, and I'm an Andre 3000 fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Okay.
this is basically just, well, we gotta give one to the the real head, the true
Mm-hmm.
bearer of the culture and the art. You know what I mean? For that one verse. There's so many other people they could have gone with.
That's how people
token-
become
wait,
overrated,
hold
bro.
on.
Shit
Hold
like
on,
that.
guys. Hold on. So you gave timeout, because I don't know if I heard his name. You gave Three Stacks a nomination for one verse, but Killer
Right.
Mike don't get the nomination for the whole
for the
album.
whole album.
What?
Oh
It's
man,
an evil world we living
guess-
in.
listen, man, Dean. I know we the OVO team, but
Facts.
her loss must have been supreme clientele because
Bruh.
21 and Drake up there, bro.
Illmatic, bro.
My fault. Oh,
No,
Cuban
no.
Links,
Cuban
Cuban
Links.
My fault.
Cuban Links.
Bro, the man
Cuban
dropped
Links
at the
in
time of this
2022.
list. There was 5 albums that dropped. KD3 just happened and Magic 2 just happened. Do none of the interns that work at BT know this dropped? Does that speak to a deeper issue in the space that the young kids don't know? Because I'm assuming it's some young person who just don't know. But then again, if Conway's there, then how the fuck is Nas not there? Because they occupy, not they're the same artists, but as far as the people who listen to Conway, more than likely listen to Nas too. So how do you got Conway there and not Nas?
Make that make
I don't
sense.
know.
Hey.
I was gonna say, well, Jay-Z's not there either for his God Did verse. So are they saying the Andre verse is better than the God Did verse?
Yeah,
I
apparently.
mean, the God Did verse is 4 minutes of okay. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
the
but they-
Andre
Love
verse
that
is
verse.
4 minutes of however many minutes of bad. Like, yeah,
Oh.
the God did verse is better than whatever Andre spit on there,
Okay, if you put it that way.
Hey,
All right. I didn't
He's-
look at it that
he's-
way.
My fault,
Driving
my
that-
fault,
driving
Dean.
that
I don't mean to take your game.
Nah,
bro.
nah.
I'm bad.
bring the heat. Make it rain.
Did Nas say something about BET? Remember when he was in a tough space and he was talking about hip hop as a whole? Did he say something about BET that we might have missed?
I've seen some people speculate that there's some sort of rift between BET as an organization and the company and Nas. I can't think of a particular instance to point to as to where that might have happened, but shit, it looks like it because it was the same
It's
thing. It was the
crazy.
same thing
It's-
last year,
It seems blasphemous, bro.
wasn't it?
And not for nothing. BET is, you can't even play the unaware card because if I'm not mistaken as well, they have been linking up with Math, my expert opinion podcast.
Right.
Math does segments or some of his podcasts run on BET's website or they'll do collaborative situations where they're like, this segment is brought to you by the BET because they had like a whole like rap group tournament, and they broke it down through BET with Math. So they're very much aware of rap in a sense. So they're deliberately leaving this guy out of the conversation.
Right.
That's nasty work.
Crazy work, bro. Super biased.
Sin and Beanie, do we feel like Cardi B had a stronger lyrical performance last year than the Mid-Steppers?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hard.
I
I feel bad even arguing this right now.
That's
I'm
not
just
we're
saying.
not doing that. Don't do that.
I feel bad.
Kendrick didn't get nominated.
Don't do that.
I feel
Kendrick
bad.
didn't get nominated.
No, Kendrick for Lyricist of the Year. He did.
Oh, he did?
Did he say
J. Cole
too?
and Kendrick to round it out. Lyricist of the Year.
Copy.
Was
I thought
Kendrick on the
question. I
album
was
list
like,
too?
Huh?
Kendrick was on the album list too?
I don't think he was on the album list. No, he wasn't.
Coiler Ray's on the album list.
So what exactly? What
are the
exactly?
criteria? What's the criteria?
That's crazy. That's
What is this?
crazy. That makes me upset, bro. That made me mad.
So this is basically get all the people who are popular, not the people who are not a good blend of popularity and skill. Just get all the people who we know are gonna watch the show would know, and give them the nominations.
But peep this. So Kendrick is on the Lyricist of the Year list. He's also on the Hip Hop Artist of the Year. Oh no, he's on the Hip Hop Artist of the Year list.
Okay.
He is not on the Hip Hop Album of the Year list. So I'm just so confused because you have an artist who's a Lyricist of the Year candidate and Artist of the Year candidate, yet he didn't have one of the best albums of the year to you?
Sin, can you read the nominations for Hip Hop Artist of the Year, the rest of them for me?
21, Burna Boy again, Cardi B, Drake, Glorilla, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Uzi.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I mean, Uzi did get it lit with that. I Just Want to Rock.
I'm not mad,
but that's not a rap song to me.
Right, but my whole point is you have this Venn diagram of Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Lyricist of the Year, and then Album of the Year. How do those not interlap? Like if Kendrick's on two of them, how is he not on the Album of the Year list?
Guess they just felt, it's glad to have this kid back, but that album's mid. That's my only guess, bro.
So this is the BET Hip Hop Cloud Awards. That's what it is.
Yeah,
man. Or the BET
I like to
Cloud Awards.
I like to see the percentage of those nominations who are performing.
Is Burna Boy a rapper?
I thought he was a Afro beats nigga. We don't kill those dudes.
I fuck
rappers.
with Burna Boy. I don't feel like I'm
rapper,
hearing
bro.
rap when I listen to Burna Boy, bro.
He I feel like he raps here and there. He's like
here and there for
he's
lyricists.
like what I don't know. He's like one step
Can't do
removed
that.
from Drake to me in terms of rapping. Like, you know what I mean? Like if Drake raps just enough to be a rapper, I feel like he's on the other side of that divide.
But Drake has enough songs where he's actually rapping though.
No,
bro.
but that's what I'm saying. If Drake raps just enough to be rapping, Burna Boy's on the other side of that line. You know what I mean? There's no way that he raps enough to be considered a rapper.
I think Sin is saying like Drake is 60-40, but Burna Boy is 40-60 type shit.
Right.
And also shout out to Mike Knight, who was a person, we don't always agree with Mike, but he was a person that made us aware that BET was out here running the sham mockery. What does Nas have to do exactly to get nominated at this point? Does he have to drop 10 albums in 3 years? Like, I don't know.
To actually do magic. Some real shit, bro. Shit real.
Pull a rabbit out of the hat.
BET
abracadabra.
Yeesh.
Going to that list, man. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Next thing we got to talk about, Dame Dash. On another podcast.
The gift that keeps on
Sid,
giving.
did you see the video, bro? I threw it in the group chat.
I didn't.
All right, so I'm going to go to Dini with this one. Dame Dash goes on another platform and says that Hove had the whole Rockefeller looking bad, looking crazy when he apologized to Nas after Super Ugly dropped. Dini, you the balance. What you got to say, bro? Like you're the reasonable guy here, allegedly.
There's so many ways I'm thinking of this. I'm like, it sounds like he's trying to get in Nas good graces all of a sudden. It don't feel right. And maybe he was a little, because like we always talk about, he was the say so of the organization. So maybe he felt because he wasn't there when that decision was made. This and I don't approve of this shit. This shit is a super atomic bomb as far as L, because I wasn't a part of it. I didn't approve it. Y'all did it anyway, and y'all didn't walk away with the win. So if the coach didn't approve it and y'all walk away with the L, it's almost like you should have just listened to me. But I can't get behind Dame on this, bro. This sounds like a bunch of use his shit chatty patty shit. It sounds like a nigga in the aftermath of all the shit that went down. I'm fuck this guy. Like even if Nas, he hated Nas's guts, he's going with Nas because like the turmoil between him and Jay, bro, is almost enough to make him say like fucking Cardi B is Lauryn Hill type shit. You know what I'm saying? He'll say it, bro, because the hatred is there. I can't really trust nothing Dame says about Jay at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's just too many things sound contrived, too many things sound just jiggered. You know what I'm saying? Just too many things it don't work, bro. Like I'm like, you were with this man for a long time making music, making money, just affecting culture. Like, and you don't really hear a lot of good things. Like, where are the good things to say about it? Because even if you don't like a nigga, bro, if the nigga was doing what he was supposed to do in his line of work, you can at least be like, I wasn't my nigga like that, but that nigga was working. We don't really hear that, bro. Just basically Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that. It's too much turmoil. I think it's all negative, my nigga. At the end of the day, all negative.
Necesito. Dame the hater, Dame the truth speaker.
First off, yeah, he's right. I'm gonna be honest, he is right. Like we all thought after Jay went to Rockefeller and that whole "my mom made me," that did not make anybody feel any better about it, bro. Like Dame is absolutely right. He's saying what largely everyone outside the Rockefeller camp has said for over 20 years now. Listen, so he's right, absolutely. Dean, I gotta give him that. You know what I mean? But you are not the person I want to hear it from, man. Like we just went over like damn, like
diabetic Dame. Oh,
Irv. We out here. We just talked about how Irv was the only one who gave Ja some bread. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to ever turn your back against. You know what I mean? Like what I look like in 5 years with a fucked up hairline. You know what I mean? Talking about what actually. Since Beats is trash, nigga. Like, what? You know what I mean? Would y'all respect that, nigga? Like, like,
saying you made all the beats.
Y'all be like, look at this bum ass nigga, man. Like, at the end of the day, I just don't respect it. Damn, you was right there with him. Like, did you say that? Maybe you did say that. I don't know. Maybe that's why you got left on the side of the road. Maybe you was keeping it too real. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, like Dame, you really want to be the nigga that goes around and is known as the nigga who we get bad Jay-Z quotes from. Like you respect yourself after that, Dame. Like I enjoyed the whole, you a broke nigga if you got a boss run for Dame. When he was doing that whole thing. The snake oil salesman days. Like,
that was my favorite Dame era. I ain't gonna lie. That was my favorite Dame era.
I was fucking with it, bro. Like I watched that interview multiple times.
I felt broke watching it, but I respect it.
Cookies.
That's the interview you show a nigga on the phone, like, yo, watch this, bro. Like that, you know what I mean? That was that type interview. So I enjoyed that. So for him to be like looking, kind of crazy, a little inebriated, everywhere he go. Every time it's a podcast, I hadn't heard of the podcast before, and that's not a shot. A lot of niggas ain't heard of us, but I'm just saying, a fact is a fact, So, Dame, like, you look kind of crazy, bro. Like, don't stop being used for the nigga. Like, I clicked on the clip. First, it was a Twitter clip, right? I watched that. Then I looked for it on YouTube. It was a whole hour interview. You know what I'm saying? That's the only clip you're gonna see from that shit, bro. That's the only one, bro. And it's the absolute end of the interview. Talk about clickbait, but speak your truth. But
hold on, Mace, rap round table chat, everybody.
What's that?
If Damon is going out here giving all these randoms interviews, come to this space
Pull up.
Dame, what's the,
pull up.
I've allowed Dame to slander Hov for an hour on our podcast. Shit, you doing business for everybody else? Come over here and do that. Matter of fact, I'm
Dame was on the
Come to the
street team,
table, man.
Dame.
Come to the table.
I'm sending Dame Dash a DM right after this stream is done because enough already. Who are these people getting these interviews? To say the rap snob, now that you've been caught up and made aware, what is your takeaways from Dame slandering yet again?
Nah, it just like I'm pretty much there with Mace. Like it ends up looking bad when this is basically your brand now. This is what you're known for out here in this space, right? In the social spaces, the podcast spaces, like motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the whole rest of the interview because they're gonna cut that one sound clip where you slandered Hov yet again. And that's just, you're letting these platforms control the narrative of how you're going to be seen out here in these spaces, right? And that's not a very boss-like move to me. Like, you're supposed to be this boss that controls your whole destiny, controls your whole story. That's been your whole thing, your entire career. You're not gonna let the labels tell you how you're gonna, run your business. You're not gonna let this person and that person tell you how you're supposed to like be moving out here. But now you on these podcasts, and every time that you slander Hov, that's basically the soundbite that they're gonna run with. That's gonna be on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. And you might be fine with that because like you have that sort of ill will, that rancor in your heart for Jay for reasons that you have. But then you gotta look at the perception of it. Like, that's basically like where's the story of your next business venture? Where's the story of your next label? Where's the story of your next product? Like, this is basically the entire narrative of who and what you are in 2023. And we don't want to see that. And you shouldn't want to see that either.
I mean, even crazier. Just say something right before you jump in, John. You never see Hov kind of talking about Dame. Like, it's like so it looks even crazier how just one guy talking about one guy. You never see the other guy talking about the other guy. So this is wild.
I don't know. I think the next Jay-Z verse is gonna have a lot of people to address. If he could address Phase on Love, he could address Dame Dash yet again. But real quick before we continue, make sure y'all hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, the guys over at Fresh Out, I see in the chat they talking about it. Absolutely, it's RJ Payne supposed to be on Fresh Out tonight. So make sure y'all rush that, get them boys that support they deserve.
Oh, tonight?
That's tonight.
Fresh
Out. Make sure y'all pull up and support those guys. They run a good shop over there. Honestly, I think I'm with Dame Dash on this. And hear me out. Hear me out. I'm with Dame because he's paying attention to the space the same way everybody else is on their phones, their laptop. Leroy Green with his 3 laptops. They all looking at the internet, right? He sees a guy in Big Gimp making a great name for himself, talking bad about Jay-Z on the internet. And Dame Dash said, much like he said on one of them skits on the Jay-Z album, I don't remember what it was, where he said, ain't no rapper getting money on my block if I'm not getting money. I forgot what skit that was.
Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
Friend
and
of
to me, he's looking at that situation like
in my lifetime.
Big Gimp is not getting no money on the block that I made hot. If anybody's gonna talk about Jay-Z and get lit off of it, it's gonna be me, Dame Dash. So I think Dame Dash looked at Big Gimp and said, absolutely not, sir. This is my game. I'm the only game in town. I was there for the whole Rockefeller era. So if you want to hear any stories, come over to the Rock, the true Rock. Because remember, he also said that the Rockefeller chain is not valid. He said, anybody getting a Rockefeller chain that's Rock Nation, that chain is not valid. If you didn't come from me, your chain is not valid. So he's over here like, yo, look, you want a Hov quote? This is the price of the interview. I'll give you whatever you want in return. Like, why am I letting get in on my game? That's how I feel about it. I'm team Dame on this one. You might, if you're gonna make a name, you might as well slander the guy that you made the name with. Business is business, ain't it? You know what I mean? He lost Rockefeller. He lost the name. Rockaway sold for 200. You know what I mean? With Dame,
man. I know. It just
Dame got to do Instagram ads to get his business out there. Why not? I'm wilding.
You're not wilding. You're not wilding. It's just
but you're wild.
No, it's just I want to see better for him at this stage in his career. Like I want a different avenue, man, a different lane for him. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be something that he could be doing out here other than just taking these constant interviews just to say the same things over and over again. Like how many countless times has he retread the same story? And people as much as people want to hear it, people keep wanting to hear it. I understand it. But it's like,
you know what it is? Point, there's so much Jay-Z outside of Dame. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But when Dame breaks the story down, a lot of his story consists of Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying?
Right, which is why I'm saying, like, you have to separate yourself at some point. You have to separate yourself from your stories being so intertwined.
Because even if he talks about things like, you know, paid in full, that was still like under Rockefeller. All that shit was still you know what I'm saying, under the team. So it's encompassing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the ventures he have right now are not really like jumping out the window that we know him to talk about them in full detail, kind of like the way a whole business is right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically that separation. You see that this guy is crushing the game. Even if y'all want to, I know niggas love to bring up the Beyonce aspect. I mean, she's a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? So together, a powerhouse and a powerhouse is a powerhouse. You get what I'm saying? So Dame's watching all this, bro. Like he's the same way y'all see the landscape, he sees the landscape. And that shit gotta fuck with a nigga a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is egotistical, bro. Dame might be the most egotistical nigga we've seen like in hip-hop besides Hov. Like everything with Dave was the aesthetic, the look, the feel, everything had to be perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he's looking at everything like, damn, the people who even got my back with this shit, everybody's fucking with Hov. Mentally, that shit's probably fucking with Dave, bro. I think it smokes a lot of weed, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? My niggas going through things.
Job, I think you're muted. We can't hear you, Job.
Yeah. I'm back in.
Yeah, there you go.
I was saying maybe Dame is not getting these interviews if he's not talking about Hov. Like he kind of has to mention the guy, or he's not gonna get the interview. Are they gonna ask Dame about his business ventures? Like, nah, they not. They want to hear the stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Charges to the game.
You know what I mean? I'm not with none of that. Like, I think he needs to keep doing it. I think Dame can talk his way. If Cam and Mace got 3 million for their pod.
True.
You don't think Dame could talk Hov slander his way into another bag?
The whole Hov slander podcast?
Why not?
The Hov slander podcast.
It works, apparently.
10 episodes of how Jay-Z is a scumbag.
The Life and Times. You want to watch a limited podcast series called The Life and Times of the
Matter
Rock?
of fact, chat. I'm taking it to the chat. Chat. If Dame Dash develops a podcast slandering Jay-Z for 10 straight episodes, would y'all watch it?
Yo, 13 episodes, one named after each album.
Let us
Unreasonable Doubt.
A limited podcast series about the history of the Rock from the beginning all the way to the end and through the end where it got real nasty. Y'all wouldn't listen to that pod, bro? You get Big to come on there,
argue with niggas, just arguing at people. So
you would have watched the Dipset episode when Joel's and Cam come on to talk about how the Rock got funny when they got signed. Lyndon and Mike, y'all would have watched that, son. Oh, don't do that.
He said Dame times Gip.
Oh, the Dame and Gip podcast would be crazy, bro.
The Dip podcast? The Dip?
Who wrote that?
Oh, shit. That was free.
Come
that
on,
free?
bro.
Yeah, that was free.
Damn, nobody fucking with Dame. Bro. The chat is flaming Dame right now. Jeez.
Y'all hating that interview with the Breakfast Club got too many views for y'all to feel that way, bro.
That surprises even me, man.
Wow.
I'm like, yo.
I thought we like the salaciousness. We don't want the Hov slander. I picked this beat. Irv Gotti don't know what he's talking about. I'm watching it. I'm watching it so I can talk to y'all about it.
He made 2 albums with R Kells.
A real man will never do an album with R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Like I can hear it. I'm with it. I don't care.
He knew what was going on.
I'm with it.
I'm here for it.
Mike said he want Big Gip on the rap roundtable. We ain't lit enough for Gip just yet. You give us another year, but I don't think I could do that interview because I wouldn't be objective. Jarv and Gip on the same channel. I'll be like, yo, why you hate Hov? That'd be every question. What's your issue with Jay-Z?
No, fuck that. Why you hate New York?
What's your issue with Jigga? What's your issue with Sean Carter,
bro?
Yo, but Sincere Rap Snob, pull up, bro.
Yep.
Over the weekend, you mentioned to me that there was a topic that you needed to vent on, bro. And it had to do with the latest state of the samples in hip hop. Yes. I think the phrase you called it was sample hell.
Sample hell. That's the term that's circulating the interwebs, specifically Twitter. A lot of people are upset about the constant barrage of songs that are using popular samples out in the space. You know what I mean? We've had it from Lotto. We've had it from Nicki Minaj. The latest one is from Coi Leray, right? And so Coi Leray has teamed up with Busta Rhymes, right? And they put out a song called Luxury Life, right? And it samples the same sample. They use the same sample as Jay-Z and Foxy. Ain't no new, right?
EPMD from the beginning.
Exactly, right? Well, we're going to go through the history really quickly, but a lot of people are up in arms about the state of sampling in the game. People are calling producers lazy. Matter of fact, I think somewhat lost in this, is that Swiss Beats produced this song, right? So a lot of people are mad at Swiss, calling him like the laziest producer of all time, right? There's a lot of thoughts out there. You know what I mean? And like I need to unpack this a little bit, because like I feel like there's a lot of nuance that's being lost in this entire conversation, right? Number one, there's levels to sample. There are absolutely levels to sample, right? And so like there's a lot of people out there that's going to listen to this song and be like, oh God, another sample. Like sampling is dead. Like, why are people still sampling? Sampling is going to happen no matter what. Even if you don't recognize the sample, it's probably a sample. So if you're mad at sampling in and of itself as a form of artistic creation and music creation, you're going to stay mad, because sampling is not going anywhere. Especially in hip hop. Hip hop was born off of the loop, the record loops, the break beats, the samples, all of that. You know what I mean? Now, what I want to talk about a little bit is sort of, I want to give this some sort of context, you know what I mean? Because like a lot of people are upset about the fact that it's such a popular sample. Like it's so well known, everybody knows it. So why are you using it, right? But they didn't have quite that same energy, you know, back in the day. Large Professor sampled Michael Jackson for the Human Nature beat, right? The Human Nature sample for It Ain't Hard to Tell. Kanye West sampled PYT for Good Life. You know what I mean? Some of our favorite producers have sampled very recognizable beats and melodies. You know what I mean? Like songs that everybody knows. You know what I mean? Then you have situations also, like even within the same era, within the same window of time, you had Nas, Street Dreams, and Pac, All Eyes on Me, same sample. You know what I mean? Pete, to a lesser degree, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Take You There, and OC, Born to Live, same sample, all within the same window of time. These songs were basically out at the same time. So why is it that so many people seem to be mad at this particular instance, right? And I think it's a couple of things. One, I think Coi Leray, I think it depends on the artist that it is and that's doing it, right? Because Rhapsody a few years ago, on her album Eve, she used the same Willie Mitchell sample that GZA had used for Liquid Source. And the community said nothing. They let that rock. It was crickets. Nobody was mad at that. So a lot of times I think it's the artist that's doing it. Coi Leray seems to have developed a certain reputation for dipping in that well one too many times, right? That project that she dropped not too long ago called Koi, I did the math. It was like 40%. It was nearly 40% of the songs of that project were popular samples, either a James Brown sample, It's a Man's World, There was a Daft Punk sample in there. It was the Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 sample was in there from the Message. So I think some people are mad at certain artists that seem to be dipping in that well one too many times. You know what I mean? It's not so much that they're doing it, it's that they're just doing it too much. It's just entirely overboard at this point, right? And I think a second point here with this particular song, Luxury Life, with Busta and Koi, it's not the best of records. It's not a great record. You know what I mean? Like Koi did that joint Girls as Players 2 on that Grandmaster Flash beat. You know what I mean? People wasn't too overly mad at it because it was a dope record. Like I bought to it, you know what I mean? But this record with Busta and Koi, it just feels awkward. You know what I mean? The back and forth doesn't sound natural at all to me. Like it sounds contrived. They don't really have the best chemistry together on a record. And so, you know what I mean? I think it's one of those two things or a combination of those two things. I think there needs to be more nuance in this conversation. A lot of people keep chalking this sample or this beat. They keep crediting Jay-Z and Foxy Brown to it. But before them, the Alcoholics used it. EPMD used it. You could trace this loop from 7 Minutes of Funk back to Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 too. You know what I mean? So a lot of people need to do the knowledge and just know that this is, you know what I mean? This loop has been used and reused a ton of times. We're not just crediting it to Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. You know what I mean? There's countless artists that did it before them. But we could also say that this particular iteration of it is not the best record. It sounds a little awkward to me. There's not much chemistry between them. And it's just, in this case, Coi Leray, do something else. Do something new. You know what I mean? Like you're getting known as that artist that all you could do to pop is, or to get some attention, is to use rehash samples and popular beats and samples all the time. And we're tired of it. And then, you know what I mean? And that's my 2 cents on the whole situation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 2 cents.
And with that, you can get off since long.
Mace,
now that you're back. Sincere just had a whole well thought out, I wouldn't even call it a rant, but a TED talk about the poor space that sampling is in hip hop right now. What's your takeaways right now from what we are now coining sample hell?
Are we in sample hell? I guess you could say so. Mm-hmm. You know, when I think about it, I think about it in 2 ways. Sin was completely right. I think the basic hate comes from, you know, the fact that, you know, it is Coi Leray, you know, niggas, you know, I feel like Griselda just came out with that song. It had the Who Shot Your beat or the I Shot Your beat. Niggas love that shit. Nobody said why they sampled this shit. They actually love the fact that they, you know, brought it back to the 90s. You know what I mean? So it is often about who's using it. The younger the artist, the more angry people are at people sampling it. You know, let's be real. But it's, you know, most of them are shitty songs. I gotta be honest about that too. You know what I mean? Like, so I be wanting to defend the youngins because, you know, I remember, you know, finally hearing all these records that, you know, niggas from the G-Funk era sampled, and them shits was not flipping shit crazy. Them shits was the same shits that sounded like them Parliament motherfucking songs. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, hip hop is not, you know, there's certain artists, Havoc could chop up some shit. You don't know where the fuck Havoc got that motherfucker from. But that's not everybody. You know, a lot of these producers was looping shit real just like Puffy, my nigga. Like, come on, the Hitmen, like, let's be honest, a lot of these shit sounded exactly like the fucking record that they came from. You know what I mean? Our favorite era. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. You know, but I let him rock. It was good music. It was good music.
I got some thoughts on that too, but I'm gonna let him rock. I got some thoughts too, but I'm gonna let him rock.
This I don't know, Mace. I just feel like this is a little more egregious than what we got from the late 90s and the G-Funk era. Like, nah, bro. Like it's one thing to sample from a different era. It's another thing to take a rap beat and then just tweak the BPMs a little bit. Just poquito.
They didn't even really tweak the BPMs on this.
I think it's the same joint.
Poquito. Or add some drums over the drums that are already there and then call it a new beat. That's sampling?
I mean, listen, man, like
it is. It is
though.
And this is why I'm saying there's levels to sampling. Like
you right, but
not everybody ain't Dilla, everybody ain't RZA, everybody ain't Primo.
But fam is
there was niggas from our era that wasn't them niggas either. Is what I'm saying. Some of our favorite records.
Is when it comes to sampling,
but they was good music.
We're used to going to not even Ruth's Chris. We're going to Benjamin Steakhouse. We're going to Peter Luger for the steak. And we got that for a long time. Now we getting Red Lobster. Come on, bro. Beanie, I'm using food references here, bro.
I love it. I love it.
What are we doing? Talk to me, Dean. You sanctioning this?
The game. It's resonance, man.
Y'all Bronx niggas was doing that with the drill shit too. I ain't forget.
It's resonance, bro. Exactly. They if they look at it like this, if a majority of people already have this sound in their head, they know this song. Half the battle's done, bro. Because that's getting people to like know the song and tap into the song. Once people have that resonation with the song, you can kind of jump it from there. But it's literally been around since forever. Like y'all stated once again, bro. Like niggas, there's not everybody will take like a Havoc and take that little tiny Herbie Hancock joint and make Survival of the Fit. You know what I'm saying? That was the sampling we're talking about. You're not getting that. You're getting puff sampling today. We're taking that exact beat. We maybe like put a little more kick on the drums and we're shipping it to you just like that, bro. Like, Can't You See was a clear riff from the James Brown joint. You know what I'm saying? There's no changes there.
The Diana Ross joint, shouts to Curtis Black.
No changes. They gave it to you just like that.
But what about the art, bro? You telling us what they did, but what Sin is talking about is there's no love, there's no passion, there's no art, bro.
Right.
But that's from the artist. That's not from like the production.
The producer's an artist himself, is he not?
Yeah, I think context is very important. You know what I mean? Like you tell yourself, I dropped this project or I dropped this song, it didn't really hit. Let me just dip back in that same well that has got me to where I am. You know what I mean? And if you're doing it in a way where it's just for monetizing monetary gain, getting the cloud up, getting those likes, going viral, you know what I mean? You're not really approaching sampling from an artistic standpoint. You know what I mean? And I think that's my gripe with it is that there's certain breaks that are just like, culture. And this is one of those breaks, you know what I mean? But my personal feeling, this is my take, if it had been anybody other than Coi Leray, I think it might have rocked a little bit more. I think getting that reputation of this is all you do, that's the problem. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I think, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, either you guys or the chat, if there's any women in the chat, but I'm feeling like it's mostly women rappers that's really going to that popular sample well right now.
I'm not going there. I'm sitting.
Is it me?
Her and Lotto are really big on that.
Is it me or
Meg did it a few times?
Oh no.
Cardi did it a few times. The women on something.
Sin is right, but the women are making hits with it, right? The Big Energy shit was a big song. All the songs that Nicki dropped with the samples, they go in top 10. So the women are just very successful with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the New York drill niggas was kind of on this wave early. They were terrible at it. You know what I mean? They was just throwing the sample over the basic drill drums.
The pre-made
you know what I mean?
Drill, fucking MIDI, the pre-made MIDI track.
That was over the sample.
That was a bad 6 months right there, bro. Funny group chat.
Don't tell that to Mad Max. Mad Max sanctioned all of that.
You love that shit.
He sanctioned every bit of that, bro. I mean,
but the women are abusing it, but they shit is running up.
But they win. They win it. Like it's running up for sure. But like, you know what I mean? Like, look, if we're gonna have the same energy, because like a few years ago, you know what I mean? Everybody on Twitter was telling us how, like, the women were running rap, they were rapping better than the men. if y'all gonna do that, have that same energy with when it comes to the sample hell.
Right.
Point out who's doing it.
But that same energy play with this topic is dangerous.
Dangerous.
There's no same energy with that. I mean,
digress.
But you're not wrong. I wish Adrian was here to really talk, because she's locked into this more than we are. But it's a lack of quality. Maybe it is because it's Koi. Like, I just felt like I listened to the song and it almost sounded like this was like the labels or whoever the A&R was say, yo, this is a good look. It's a dope sample. You and Bus already made history with the last record, Bus, because she had the unofficial remix that became the official remix, and then Bus hopped on there. They made it a thing. So let's capitalize on that momentum. You dig what I'm saying? But it's like,
and if I recall, like there wasn't too much of a pushback with that record.
No, it was fire. I like that. It
was fire.
I like
that one, and with Girls as Players too. I was fucking with both of those records. I like the Busta Rhymes version of Girls as Players too, more so than the original version that she initially pulled. I think it hits better with the Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See beat. But I don't like when the handlers or the labels start playing that game. Like, I do it again because it worked the last time. Like, sometimes it was fire, yeah, cool. But going back to that, you kind of limit the artist, and then you get something where it sounds like nobody wanted to do it, because that's really my biggest gripe. Nobody really wanted to do this song. Busta, one of the most charismatic rappers of all time. He sounded bored. Koi sounded bored. Bone did. I'm telling you,
everything was no chemistry there.
Bone did.
Yo.
And it's like, if you're gonna hop on that beat and it's Swiss, this is
where was the Swissness on this, bro?
There was no Swissness on this.
Like, we're usually mad at the Swissness,
right?
Yeah,
too much Swissness. But here, like, there's zero Swissness.
Like I feel like
a little balance of it.
The TikTokification of rap to where everything is like super microwave. Like, before, this is not even microwave no more. This is them toasters that's in Subway when you get your sandwich heated. Everything is just so super heated and quick and fast that we're not doing anything for the art anymore. So we get these songs where it's like we just trying to trend on TikTok. Coyle Ray's a popular internet rapper because she's not, based on her record sales, she ain't a popular rapper, but she's a popular internet rapper. Let's get on trends. Let's get some memes made. Let's get some TikToks made. We'll have a couple of Jay-Z fans who will recognize the beat and like it just because. Get a couple of the old heads and nostalgia play. It was like a business decision, and it was a fail to me. You know what I mean? Like, this song is whack, and it's whack because they didn't want to do it. I'm putting it on wax. I don't think they wanted to do this song.
Complete fail.
They playing the game,
and it sounds pieced together. You know what I mean? It sounds like the producer, or the engineer, or whoever in the studio was trying to piece these vocals together to make it sound like they had a chemistry that they just didn't have together.
You think this was another one of those email plays, like they weren't actually together cooking?
Most likely.
Right. We know Busta wrote Koi's lyrics. Like, let's be honest.
Yo,
we don't even
do that.
We don't even rap
that.
Man, we know that, man.
We don't know that, bro.
Knock it
off.
We know that.
Can count on Mace at least once a pod to come out of left field with some
absolutely, bro.
Extra slander.
You can tell yourself she gonna be at Salsa Con Fuego on Sunday, Moyer.
Come on, bro.
You can tell yourself, Mace.
Yo, leave.
Daddy, I'm not gonna pull up on Koi, bro. What are you insinuating, man?
I'd pull up to see Koi. I ain't gonna.
Deanie wouldn't even pull up on Koi. He was like, "Yo, Mo, Koi over there," and then go tell us to go do it.
Yo, I'll pull up on Koi, bro. Koi, I'll pull up. Koi
Yo,
different.
Mo, she over there, Mo. You know what I mean?
Not after the slander, man.
Gotta holler at her.
Nah,
what up?
I'm not really feeling. I'm not feeling this play, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Not at all. Get rid of it. Throw it out. The last joint
they had came organically, because just like you mentioned, like it was a record that was kind of popular. One of the TikTok niggas just spliced the Busta beat over the shit, or probably a DJ.
It was a DJ.
And it just kind of got hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you go from
DJ.
organic to formulaic, and look what happens. Nobody wants to hear this, bro.
Shit was fire, though. I ain't gonna hold you with over the Busta beat. It took the song to a new level, bro.
I felt like, you know what I mean, in the last couple of weeks, Koi's kind of lost her momentum, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had a lot of energy leading up to the release of that project. The project didn't do what it was supposed to do. And then
she dropped an EP.
You know what I mean?
And now Lotto was sending bars at Benzino.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy beat.
Get that going on. Get that neck like Benzino's.
They should be making records together.
That's crazy,
bro.
That's
crazy.
Real
quick, shouts to Leroy Green. Leroy. He said, just saying, what's up, y'all? But yeah, as long as you guys keep it moving, everybody gonna win in the end. Salute.
Of course, that's the goal, to win.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's all. Everybody can get a piece of that pie. There's enough humans on Earth for everybody to win. As you can see right now, based on what's going on, they live right now. I'm sure they chat is probably running up too. You dig what I'm saying? So, last but not least, before we get out of here, there was a conversation had by Rome Wise, a person on Twitter whose takes borderline from this is a really, really terrible take. So this is an interesting take. Like, he's very polarizing in that way. He was talking about, comparing Fabolous to LL Cool J. So my angle is, I know LL Cool J is an all-time great. Like, I'm not even here to try to play no funny games with LL name. You know what I'm saying? Sin already got blocked by LL. So LL's not really one to play them type of games.
Long time ago.
Oh man.
My whole argument is it's more about pro Fabolous overall than he's better than LL Cool J, right? I just feel like a lot of people hear Fabolous's name and they just automatically throw him out of the conversation because of his singles and not because of his ability to rap. Like, Fab is one of the nicest ever, like by far and away. But when I say that, a lot, and I'm probably gonna check the chat in a second, they're gonna be like, "Get the fuck out of here, Fab! Get out of here!" You know what I'm saying? So to say the raps,
some Fab fans.
I would like to see. To say the rap snob, I brought it up. Yeah. You basically told me the GTFOH when it comes to Fabolous being a quote better rapper than LL Cool J. I said LL Cool J is greater, but bar for bar, Fab is better. You told me to fuck out of here. Go ahead. Tell me why I should fuck out.
I don't know, like, because I think Fab, you know what I mean? I think Fab is nice. I'm gonna sound crazy right now, probably to some of y'all. But I think some of y'all overrate him sometimes in terms of how nice he really is. Like, and again, we come from different schools. You know what I mean? I'm thinking nice. I'm thinking Black Thought. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking Fab. You know what I mean? So like, he's nice. I think in terms of rapping ability, I don't think he's that much better than LL. To say he's far and away that much nicer than LL, you know what I mean? And I think to me, LL, his greatness, his stature in the game, his placement in the game far exceeds what Fab put out, and you know what I mean, and his career. So, all day, every day, I'm gonna take LL over Fab, no matter what.
This is what I'm saying. It's like you just push hard when it came to Fabolous. Like, Fab don't got bars, bro. Like,
he got bars, but you know what I mean? Like, LL is LL, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I'm going through the LL catalog right now. Listen.
Wow, for a long time.
What do we mean when we say Fabolous bars sound the same? Niru, Dimelo. Like, let me know. Break that down.
Around the way, girl.
Classic.
He has hits.
Shot ya.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
But tell me a Fab song that's better than Around the Way Girl.
Don't do that. We're not talking about.
Not saying better.
Tell me something that's better than. Bro, I Shot You.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a posse cut. It's a posse cut.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd add to that. It's a posse cut.
Yeah.
It's like he got joint. Hey Love.
I mean, I know Fab has Breathe. I wouldn't even put Paradise in that list. I know Fab has Breathe.
Bro, Paradise, you know what I mean? Is fire, dog. 50
cool.
had to remix Paradise. You know shit was different. Bro.
Listen, we not saying, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to make it clear. LL just done things as far as being a rap megastar that Fabolous will never be. I'm not even gonna play myself to fix my mouth to make an argument or even try to bullshit. I could try to bullshit for the fun of it, but it's just Fab don't got enough for it to be a strong enough argument, to me, at least. I'm saying as a rapper, a straight spitter, lyricist, people downplay what you just did it a second ago. Fab bars are sharp. So like people jump from ghetto Fabolous and then they just think Fab was making love songs the rest of his career. There's a whole mix, there's a whole Clue Tape era, the Triangle Offense era, the whole Desert Storm Crew era, the Soul Tapes, the TNIC,
DJ Drama joints.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like what we doing?
There's no competition. Yeah, there's some joints, man.
Bar for bar. Fab out raps LL in my opinion. Just
I don't know.
outright.
LL,
That's it.
listen. I dropped that last LL freestyle that he did. What was it on LA Leakers or something?
Mhm.
No, on or was it Sway? It was one of those. I dropped it in the
Sway.
group chat. I got zero reaction from it. I was surprised because y'all motherfuckers hate LL. I heard that shit. Bro, I heard that shit. I was like, yo, I have not heard LL like this in the longest. And this is from me, who apparently like 10 years ago slandered LL on Twitter or something and got himself blocked. But yo, LL, don't front on LL's mic presence. Pause. You know what I mean?
Mace, what's your argument here, bro? Talk to me.
This is like a very weird conversation, like a very random comparison. Shouts to Rome, because Rome often, you know, is a shit starter on Twitter. That's the homie. I communicate with him. But he definitely, you know, be having Twitter on his head a few times. You know,
don't even
mean?
care. I think he just say at this point, he just does it to do it at this point.
Right, man. I need to see them checks from Elon from him soon, man. You know what I mean? The engagement got to be crazy, but it's a very random comparison. You know, like I seen people trying to say like Fab is like almost like, oh, the evolution of an LL. I don't even see that. Like I don't see the stylistic comparison. I know the LL family tree, you know what I'm saying? And I think maybe because of the girl records, people want to do Fab like that. But stylistically, Fab is very much closer to, you know, the Big Daddy Kane, you know, Jay, you know, that type of stylistically, you know what I mean? Because that's where I want to get at. When you want to talk about greatness, LL is like, come on, Fabolous and LL. It feels embarrassing to speak on, to be honest with you. Like, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like a little bit of a dickhead, you know, comparing Fabolous to LL.
I do. You know what I know what I'm walking into when I even try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, come on, like it's a lot of our 90s favorites ain't even fucking with no LL when it comes to stature, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, but on a stylistic, you know, just breaking down rapping, right? Like Fab, you know, I know he came out in the late 90s, you know, Clue Tapes, Fabulous Sport and all that, but he's part of those like 2000s lyricists, you know what I mean? And their style was just way much more dexterous than niggas from the 80s. Like when you want to talk about how LL raps, LL is pre-Rakim, LL is pre-Cool G Rap. Like LL's pre a lot of complex schemes, a lot of complex ways of rapping. I'm not saying LL can't rap. I'm just saying when you break it down, you know, the way they break down these syllables, the way they internal rhyme schemes, like LL.
He cut through that era though, and he picked up.
He
like
kind of sort of picked up. Like
he picked up the cadences, he picked up the style, he picked up
headsprung, bro.
I'm not saying he's on the level of a G rap or
Stop it, bro.
Rakim. I'm just saying he picked up
the 99. It was crumbs,
bro. He's just not whack. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't rhyming with that type of intricacy. You know what I'm saying? And when you want to talk like the 2000s niggas that Fab was competing with, you talking about, you know, the Joe Buttons, niggas like Pusha T, niggas, Ransom. You know what I'm saying? Ransom, niggas in the 2000s, Lupe, niggas who had way just more complex styles than niggas from LL's era. Like it just is a higher level of just rhyming, period. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, so I don't think that I can make a case that LL raps better than Fab. You know what I mean? He just is not advanced enough as a lyricist, if you ask me. You know?
What do you say to that, Sin?
Bro, I'm gonna need to divert here a little bit. Somebody's telling me, and I'm not gonna shout them out because they don't like being shouted out, but I got somebody telling me that 50 wrote Paradise for LL Cool J.
Supposedly the hook,
right?
The hook.
Yeah,
not the actual bar. Supposedly.
Yeah. Okay.
Paradise is very nice.
I mean, believable, but not even on a slanderous level. 50 known for them hooks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
With the hooks.
I don't know, bro. I think we gotta give Fabolous his flowers Y'all on the internet gotta stop playing like Fab wasn't one of them ones for a cool 10 years straight coming out from the Clue freestyle with Nori all the way through at least 09, 2010 era. Like get that man his flowers, bro. That's all I'm
Facts.
saying. Stop making it seem like bar for bar he's not one of them. Like I keep telling me about love songs when that man right there was rapping, bro.
It's the prestige, bro. Like half of me almost wants, if I just walk by somebody just say, oh, like Fab's better than LL, half of me wants to pull out a pitchfork, but the other half wants to sit down and be like, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's the prestige, bro. Like with
That's all.
his contribution to hip hop
It's just
is like it's just so immense, bro. It's hard
LL
to.
didn't do himself any favors with shit like Headsprung and
He didn't, but LL was one of the original niggas who could really like make a record for the joints. But pause, like cook you on the same joint on the next record. You know what I'm saying? That's where Fab comes in. They ain't really been niggas to do that. And Hov was another one where I can make a record for the joints Monday, and then I can have the whole world in a frenzy with a bomb record rapping on Tuesday. There's not a lot of rappers that could like walk that fence. Biggie, another one, bro. That's
And
why
not
they're
for
so
nothing.
coveted.
As much as a lot of y'all love Jadakiss, I'm not saying I was one of them, but there was talk on the internet when Freddie versus Jason dropped. I remember seeing a lot of people on the internet saying Fabolous got Kiss on that album, and y'all love Kiss. So we can't have it both ways, because if I say Kiss is nicer than LL, y'all wouldn't even hesitate to agree. But then y'all saying that Fabolous did better than Kiss on the album. So I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of double talk and not enough respect being given to Fab. Again, I'm not saying he got the better of Kiss, but I heard people say, and I read posts on Facebook and X that Fabolous did better than Jadakiss. That's all. Give that man his respect. He's one of the best spitters ever. I'm gonna say, are y'all too afraid to say it? I'm gonna say Fab is one of the best spitters of all time. All time. If there was an Olympic team of spitters from New York City, a New York Olympic team, he's on that team.
Top 20?
Top 15, maybe.
Woo. Yeah.
Loso spoke to
our
era.
We should make that list.
You know why?
We should make that list.
because we might. Loso spoke to us more so than the Sin era. Like when we were young men, late teens, early to mid 20s, Fabolous was talking to us, speaking for us. We worked with people who were trying to dress like Fabolous. Didi, we all worked on the same floor together.
The way Drake has the bars for the ladies.
What I'm saying is, why did he get? He was popular because he could rap, and his bars resonated, bro. They resonated.
And that's off. That's like an off record type of thing. But when you want to talk about on record, Fabolous, he gave birth to the Lloyd Banks style, the Cassidy style. What Lil Wayne ended up being, that's from the tree of what Fabolous in the early 2000s started dropping, bro.
You don't want to hear that. Like, you don't want to hear that.
You lost me on Lil Wayne. That doesn't make a case for me. That doesn't resonate with me whatsoever.
That's the one who got most popular with the style, though. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
you should take Fab a little bit.
You kind of had me with Lloyd Banks, and then you lost me with Lil Wayne. I'm like, that doesn't get any credit from me whatsoever.
You're
talking to the wrong guy.
Hey, man, but look, I think we covered all the topics for tonight. Shout out to everybody who pulled in. Hold on. Wait.
Yes.
Wait. 300 likes. Roundtablemerch.com.
Hey, I
Get
like
your
that.
hats. Get your hats. Hold on, I got some more hats. Get your hats. Roundtablemerch.com. Hit the like button. A few people, I think Marcos copped up. Leroy Green copped up. If y'all haven't copped, if it hasn't arrived to your doorstep yet, it is on the way. Make sure that y'all let us know. Post a pic on Instagram when you cop them hats, put them on, or just let us know that you got it. Flex it for the people. Because again, the symbol of all rap discussions is right here. The Rap Roundtable. Roundtablemerch.com. 300 likes. Get your merch.
Do that.
Dini the Balance. Do the honors.
300 likes. Roundtable merch. Salute to the point guard, Javi. Salute to the rap snob, Sincere. Salute to motherfucking Macito. No longer the young people, bro. He's transcended among his years.
Yeah.
The voice. People. The voice of the industry, man. I'm Dini the Balance, man. You know what we do here. Rap Roundtable Monday Night Live, aka Monday Night Raw. Pause. You know what the vibes is. Rap Roundtable. We out it.